Hello, here's the tutorial of 3 nail arts for 3 different levels depending on your skills. Level 1 nail art is a glittery one. I will make a Christmas tree. On the ring finger I've applied a gold iridescent polish. On the other nails I've applied a white base to make a gradient. I make a silver and golden gradient. I've applied the 2 colors on my sponge. I tap the sponge moving from top to bottom to merge the 2 colors together and to avoid a mark out. I add some silver or gold to fill the empty spots and I apply another coat. I use the corrector pen to clean the excess. You can also do this with a brush dipped in pure acetone. And now I make the Christmas tree on my ring finger. I use a glitter polish. If you want, you can also use a glitter powder. And now I'm gonna draw a long triangle. If you can't do it, you can use masking tapes. I have decided to do it simply with my brush. Since it's a glitter polish, it won't look too bad. And before it dries, I apply tiny golden glitter flakes from Mayan Cosmetics and some bigger ones. I add some top coat and apply the star at the top. And if you don't have it, you can use a simple rhinestone. I press firmly on the design to flatten it because I'll draw on it. I will draw with a white liner brush. So I draw white garlands. I add 3 lines on the tree. And I'm gonna add some more lines crossing the first ones to make it look like real garlands. Then I'm gonna add the micro rhinestones from Mayan Cosmetics. They're very small. You can add as much as you want because it won't look bulky. So I add a few on my Christmas tree. And when you're done, just add a coat of top coat and that's it. It's a lovely Christmas tree. I don't really like realistic Christmas trees, they look too kitschy to me. Here is another Christmas tree for level 2. It is a very nice design. I apply a burgundy polish. Here's how to apply a polish. I push my brush upwards, then I shift to one side, I push upwards and I shift to one side. If you have a high quality brush and a good polish, the work is done quite easily. However, if you use a cheap polish, it will be harder for you to work it out. Then with a piece of sponge, I tap it using a glitter red polish. And if you don't have it, use red glitter powder. This will give it a glowing effect. Can you see the glow? You can use a glitter polish of your choice with a transparent base to avoid the bulky effect. I apply a drop of polish, then I wipe my brush and I pull the glitter downwards to make a gradient. Then I draw the Christmas tree. All you have to do is repeat these waves, thin at the beginning, then thick and thin again. It looks like a zigzag. Here it is. The lines should get smaller at the top to make a triangle. To do this tree, I use a brush size 2, thin at the edge and thick in the middle, to be able to make thin and thick lines at the same time, and I do it slantwise so that it looks like a sort of French manicure. So here's the first one, and I'm gonna make another one higher, but this time a bit smaller. I make the lines join themselves on the right. This time the line should be smaller than the previous one, making it join with the other line on the left. You can do it straight on your nail, but you should train yourself first on a piece of paper so that it will become easier then. It's always hard for the first time. Then I make the tips. On the left they go downwards and on the right they go upwards. Then I add some glitter on this Christmas tree. To do so I will need foil glue. It's great to use since foil glue sticks well when it's dry. If you use top coat for this, it will dry too fast and you won't have enough time to make the end of the tree. 2 minutes later, when the glue is dry, you can apply ultra thin glitter flakes from Mayan Cosmetics. They are awesome. Now I'm going to remove the extra flakes. Then I add a small rhinestone at the top, and finally I add a coat of top coat. So here is the abstract Christmas tree. For the third nail art, I'm going to make a poinsettia flower with the Wizdeo technique. So I've applied a black polish that I've mattified and a beautiful dark red on the other fingers. Then you'll need several shades of red. You'll need a dark, a medium, and a light red, and a white color. The paints I'm using here are from the brand Cutenails. To make the Wizdeo, you'll need a round brush with a thin tip. I used the dark color first, red mixed with black color, and I'll do the overall shape of the flower with it. To do that, I draw 3 big triangles. These triangles are the petals. In the middle, I draw 2 small petals. I draw one at the top and one at the bottom. For the Wizdeo technique, start from the top and crush the brush. I was trained for this technique by Cutenails. This technique is a very hard one to master to be able to get a professional result. I have done it here approximately, so that is not the real technique. And after the dark red, I use a lighter red one. Then I make a gradient using the one-stroke technique with a round brush. As you'll see, it's easier than with a square brush. Then I apply another coat of paint using the same technique. When I reach the middle, I press my brush, I take some more colors with my brush. Then I apply another coat of paint to leave the track of the brush. You should obtain at last tracks of various colors. And once again with red, but this time mixed with white color to lighten the red color and to add several shades of color. Here it is, another coat. When you apply several coats of colors, don't wait for it to dry so that the colors will mix. Now with black paint, I'm going to add several strokes within the heart of the flower. And then with a detail brush, I separate the petals with black color. I make very thin lines. It doesn't really look like a poinsettia flower, but well, I've tried. Then I'm going to add some yellow dots with the dotting tool, and with white, dark, light and normal green I will draw the leaves. I start by applying the dark green, and just for the dark green I'm going to let it dry. For the rest I'm going to apply it on wet colors. I apply the normal green with a tip of light green. Using the one-stroke technique I've shown you earlier. And once again I take some green and a tip of white to lighten it. Then I use some gold paint and I apply it on the petals. I add some on the leaves too, and I add some drops. I press, then pull and remove my brush to make a normal drop. And all I have to do now is to apply the final top coat. This one technique takes time to do, so I've done it only on one finger. I hope you liked these 3 nail arts. Feel free to share them with me on Facebook and leave a comment to tell me which one is your favorite among these 3. And I'll see you next time for a new tutorial. See you soon. Bye bye.